you're going to see some characters, some more familiar than others, and that includes our players as well. You're going to see Ned right there on the left, Chicago, Illinois legend, and bringing out the legendary and less oft-seen Pokemon trainer for a Pokemon battle with Mewmon on the other side, bringing out the Greninja.
Let me tell you why this sparks joy. Something in me told me to give Ned a handshake before this started, and mentally, Ned said, I will not play Sephiroth, I'll play Pokemon Trainer instead. And I'm so happy that's what we're getting, because I love watching Ned play PT.
When I think of peak Ned, I think of the PT.
Yes,
I feel like this is like his soul character in a way that he doesn't realize, but that it's so plain for the rest of us to see.
It's like a rom-com. It's like, she's always been there. It's Squirtle. She's here.
Why did we have to wait 3 seasons for this to come back?
I know, right? Just caught up on Abbott Elementary. Anyway, so Ned got a pretty decent lead here, but Muman is not holding back on the aggression, getting a lot of pressure here. Recovering against Greninja could be a little tricky for Squirtle, so Ned's doing a good job of navigating that. But I've seen some wild edge guards. I've watched a lot of Anarchy the last 2 weeks, so I'm not really sleeping on Greninja right now.
We've already seen a couple Greninjas on stream here today as well. We've gotten to see some of the heights that this character can reach for sure,
Nice.
and that is one of them. He's got plenty of kill confirms, and especially on bigger bodies. The percentage windows actually tend to be pretty generous overall, but if you're a bigger body, you're going to get taken for a ride a heck of a lot quicker.
And I gotta say, it says a lot that Charizard, of all people, died at like 120 from that back air. That means that is a really risky kill confirm. And the fact that it comes from just dash attacks like so many of other Greninja's tools means you have to have a really solid ground game to deal with this character.
It's dash attack and down tilt, right? Like if you're up in the air, maybe Greninja doesn't have as many ways to completely intercept you, but on the ground, he waits for that landing, something like that, then yes, you're going to feel the pain indeed. And Muman definitely bringing the heat to Ned, the PT, maybe not quite so warmed up, and it's getting cooled off by this fresh, refreshing water from Muman just as quickly boiled to a crisp by that Charizard back air.
Yes, steeped in the hot water right there with that back air. I think that might have been Scald technically, but yes, Ned really needed that stock. None of the Gen 1ers were really getting a whole lot done. Muman letting that gap close a little bit. Ned got a lot of damage as soon as he came back too, 45%. Squirtle's a very tricky character to track down, so like I totally get it. They have like a similar ground speed to Greninja, so it's tough. But Muman nearly finding that up smash confirmed, still pretty close to continuing his lead, but Ned's definitely starting to wake up a little bit.
Drag down with the up air, going to set up for even more offstage stuff. Ooh. I love the nair there by Ned to cover his way back. Even better by Mewmon to pick it up and track with that back air. The patience, so good. This call and response gameplay from Mewmon has been excellent so far.
He's kind of playing amazing. And I hope that this doesn't discourage Ned to switch off of the PT, but Mewmon's cooking.
There's that nair. Landing nair, always going to be a great combo tool. Didn't get the full sweet spot of it, but does set up for some combos. Nice slide off on the platform too. That is not always available. Very tricky to recognize in the moment, but Mewmon kind of doing everything right here in this game one, and you know, Ned just hasn't been able to access the simple game plans to get things started.
Yeah, he hasn't found a lot of punishes out of shield, and that's somewhere that Charizard can really shine, especially Greninja, who's constantly landing on you with an aerial. But Ned hasn't been able to pull the trigger on that. Goes for the fly to get out of the multi-hit, but doesn't connect, and now he's just one interaction away from losing it all on this round one.
Nice little up B out of shield, got the armor too, and then waiting for that fast faller Greninja to come right back into his clutches. He's got the Squirtle out right now. I doubt that's where Ned is going to stay for very long, although it does mean that Greninja's not going to be able to find those landing aerials as easily. Yeah, you just don't want to risk dying super early. So Ivysaur right now, potentially, I mean, just to get the Greninja away, maybe you want to go back to the Charizard at some point, because we've seen the Ivysaur kind of get run over so far, Sai.
Yeah, I feel like Ivysaur is probably the toughest to navigate this matchup with out of the three. I think Charizard at low percents is always with terrible intentions, and this might really be the time to switch off, because yeah, just one dash attack or one thing you're not really paying attention to with Greninja could just ruin this game.
I mean, at the ledge, Charizard back throw back air maybe, but we don't even get to see that as a possibility. Mewmon flying in with that forward air. Ned bringing it down the last stock, keeping it close, as we expect from the man himself, but yeah, just, I mean, couldn't keep up with the pace that Mewmon set at the very beginning of that game number one, and I think that's really what determined that full result.
Yeah, I fully agree. Just was not able to match pace. Mewmon also did a great job of being really aggressive, but never really overextending. Like, you know, he'd go for his mix-up, he'd get his damage, maybe try to find like a drag down up air or something, but after that, would just disengage and just kind of let Ned just struggle to keep up in neutral.
We'll see if maybe those fortunes change on a smaller stage. I think that one of the things that we did see a problem with, right? I think that you were kind of hinting at it, is that, yeah, Greninja's so mobile that, you know, as a Pokemon trainer main, you kind of want to be able to, you know, I don't want to say, like, rush your opponent down, but I think that on a smaller stage like this, you're going to have a lot harder time as Greninja escaping, particularly from the Ivysaur and Charizard, which really did not put in a ton of work. The Ivysaur especially, right, kind of got worked.
Yeah, I would fully agree. Also, I think both Ivysaur and Charizard, more Ivysaur though, are really good underneath the platform. There's a lot of very character-specific shenanigans they have access to, like falling up air on a platform for Ivysaur is a death sentence in like mid-percents. Like, there's a lot of crazy stuff, but I don't think Ned necessarily took great advantage of the stage last time. Hopefully we can see something a little better, and right now, Mewmon getting stage spikes is going to give Ned a really solid lead for round 2.
That's Ned taking great advantage of the stage right there, right? Bounce you off of it. That's my stock. Thank you very much. Now getting to play with the lead, and does continue to. I really thought that that was going to be enough to take Squirtle off the top since he's just a little guy, but still holding on, 102%, and Ned still sticking to his guns. He knows just how important it is to really apply that pressure early on in those percentages, but now you don't get the chance.
Yeah, and we were talking about using those platforms well. Mewmon is really waking up with those platforms. Down smash covered every option there. Nowhere for Ned to go. These edge guards are great. I really have not seen him pull anything off of the Ivysaur yet. Hopefully that can change here in a moment. But yeah, it feels like every time he's on this character, he starts losing the match.
Well, right now it seems like Ned's making some great adaptations, really figuring out some of the habits from Muman. We've already seen that out of shield game from him be really, really solid. I think if he can start locking down Muman's movements, that's going to be the real key to getting this W. And a nice little combo right there, 2-piece to get the Greninja off stage, and you are not teching that.
Not sure if that was untechable or not, but either way, Ned does not care. Going to go up 2 stocks. I know I was just saying the Ivysaur was kind of falling apart a little bit, but really cleaned it up there. I think those falling up airs in place really made Mewmon stop and think about what he was doing, because that hitbox is crazy, and there's no trade on Earth worth it.
Well, and the thing is, we didn't really see Ned get the opportunity to even threaten those up airs, because every time he jumped, Mewmon just kind of stayed on the ground in that game number 1, and there was really no way to threaten anything except for maybe a falling forward air, but that's very reactable for Mewmon, who right now does, you know, pick up the slack right there. Fell off the stage, definitely not a great place to be, but did surprise Ned with that forward air off the ledge. Now the Charizard, definitely that Flare Blitz was supposed to be a switch. He did get it eventually, but took a few extra percentage points for it.
I thought he had a crazy read. I heard the noise. I was like, no way. Like, is he taking this stock at 50?
No way, indeed.
No way. All right, yeah, game 2 looking much, much better for Ned here. Also, we are in top 64, so we are now in best of 5 territory for the rest of the bracket, so plenty of time for our players to adapt and figure things out. And Ned, of course, been a top player for so long. Seems like he's adapted very well to Mewmon's pressure.
Yeah, every player has already earned their Chipotle. So, you know, what else is there to fight for, really? If we're being honest.
I've seen a lot of people in multi-games got like, what am I going to do with 6 burritos? Like, I don't know, but
eat
congrats.
them.
You know?
Give them to me.
Throw one over here, right. I'll take
Chipotle, hit me up. I'm hungry.
Give me the guac.
Yeah, look, I'm not going to ask them for the world. I mean, come on.
Just a bigger scoop, but we'll get into that TikTok controversy later. So, Mewmon here really struggling to take the second stock off of Ned. Charizard has just enough rage to be a problem. He does finally take the stage, but Ned covered that so well. A lot of people really forget that Charizard's ground speed is way higher than you think it is.
One of the fastest in the game. I think it's top 10 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that thing moves. That is a bullet train. It's scary.
Yeah. He gets up on you. And Ned definitely taking advantage of the stage to do that. I am disgusted with how quickly it was just right back to PS2. No DSR? No bans?
We don't care. We are just out there. We're running it right back.
I'm so tired of this, man.
Try it.
Give me another stage. We need to not let people run the game back ever.
Yes.
Like literally ever. You play on a stage, it's gone. I want that. Regardless, that's not the world we live in. Game number 3. We are back to Pokemon Stadium 2 because where else does somebody looking to make a name for themselves go?
Yeah, PS2.
And you know what? Again, to be fair, if the stage is open, Mewmon, I think, played it really well with all this extra space in game number 1 when we were here, right? That was just, hey, you know what? I'm faster than you. Got a lot of angles of attack. And, you know, if you don't want to get caught on those platforms, you got places to go.
You do. I like that Mewmon's kind of slowed it down a little bit, sort of reminiscent of what we saw in the first game. Using a little bit more water shuriken too, but as I say that, Ned finding an opening, totally evening those percents up. I gotta say, Squirtle's a really tough character to deal with. He just has insane frame data. There's so many little like tech traps he sets you up for that just look like little F tilts or down tilts. It's hard to react to him. I think Ned Squirtle is like really, really coming alive in this third game.
We'll see if the Ivysaur can do so too. This is definitely one of the most dangerous kill confirmed characters in his entire arsenal right now. And at 105, and it really just takes, I mean, one of those late razor leads, now maybe out of confirmed percents. I got stumbled over my words because the up air came out of nowhere. Got it anyways though. And right back to the Ivysaur. Don't want to deal with the Squirtle trying to make the recovery. Just so linear.
Yeah, very exploitable recovery, honestly. But speaking of exploitable, Ned trying to find an early downer with Ivysaur. Honestly, even at 15%, I don't put anything past that move. That move is crazy.
Speaking of crazy moves, that dash attack, twice setting up. Second time is the charm for Muman, able to finally get set up into that back air off stage. But no kill confirms right now. Don't really see anything like a down tilt into up smash under the platform or down tilt into forward air near the ledge. Both of those could take the stock at this point, but otherwise, yeah, you're just going to be playing some solid neutral and looking to rack up that percent.
I think what's going a little wrong here for Muman is he's doing a lot of like cross-up aerials and trying to find these dash attacks, but Ned's just waiting in shield. Muman hasn't really mixed it up and started like grabbing Ned to like punish that. So like Ned's just able to just kind of comfortably wait and shield. And Ned's honestly finding a lot of throws himself. And now a lot of this percent has really just kind of snowballed out of control.
And I think Ned's just playing really comfortable. I think, you know, kind of what we were seeing already in that game number 2, and that's just a really good example of it right there. I think Ned, again, is just really adapting well, taking advantage of the player habits, right? It's not like he was even unprepared for Greninja. I think he just kind of needed to see the way that Mewmon's been playing the game, and hasn't been changed up too much. We do see that up air connect to take that stock, but Ned definitely playing with a comfy lead.
Yeah, for sure. 51% right in Mewmon's face. Mewmon got to figure stuff out. Ned at literally 0%. I like the retreating fair, but Greninja is such a crazy combo character, but we're mostly just seeing Mewmon get just kind of straight hits right now. And that's not really the point of this character. You got to like snowball somebody. You got to get a bunch of damage and set up some resets.
I see Ned just not even choosing to engage right now. He's like, look, I've got the lead. You've got to come to me. I know what happens if one of my approaches is slightly bad, but that one, just as good. You talked about it, threatening with a lot of those forward tilts just to kind of bait a reaction out of Muman. Does set up for a nice little frame trap right there, extra damage, but Squirtle's making it back all the same. Ned, his recoveries have been pretty excellent.
Yeah, he's done a really good job of staying away from like fair or like shadow sneak, any like big burst options from Greninja, and just being really, really patient. Ned's a very noticeably patient player. We've all seen him for years, so not surprised he's able to weather the storm there.
Down tilt, but did not get the full dash up, so no up smash to follow. Ned hunting for falling up air right there. I assumed it was going to be the back air, and he is just continuing to look to catch one of those jumps out of shield, which is really smart because Greninja doesn't have great attacks out of shield. It's mostly going to be that jump out of shield that gets him out of bad situations. So I love the falling up airs to try to cover that.
Yeah, if you're in like a goofy spot, he has up smash out of shield, but other than that, if he just jumps and nairs you, it's like, all right, that's fine.
Yeah.
No big deal.
I mean, chances are you're not even going to get hit by that, right? Nair's got a very precise hitbox, and yeah, Ned's just not even messing with anything right now. Like you said, patient player. He says, I want to see you swing first. I want to see what else I can get out of this, right?
Yeah.
Any more data? Please give it to me. I'm entering it into my database.
Yeah, he's only gotten stronger and stronger as the set goes on. I like the way he's playing with those falling up airs from Charizard. You don't see that very often. Ned definitely starting to get a little comfortable here. Oh, and that Nair going to put Muman in a rough spot. Can he make this back?
I don't know if I like the flame breath or the flamethrower right there from Ned, right? Definitely could have gotten aggressive in that situation off stage, but regardless, you know, playing with the lead, he's got the prerogative, right? They're finally getting the seismic toss on that side platform. Kind of a grind in that game number 3, as a lot of Pokemon Stadium 2 games do turn into, but Ned does turn in a game number 3 win, so turning around the momentum of the set, he's now got that counter pick advantage. I wouldn't be surprised if we go back, but given the length of that game, I also wouldn't be surprised if maybe we go to a Town and City or something like that.
Yeah, Town and City would be solid, except for just Charizard. That's, I never want to fight Charizard on Town, but everything else about that stage, that would be great for Greninja. I genuinely think that if Muman is able to just start threatening throws, not even that the throws need to like lead to like a massive amount of damage, but just to make Ned uncomfortable in shield, this could really start going better for him.
And we definitely need to see some changes from Mewmon for sure, right? Because I think that Ned's kind of locked into the general game plan and sort of the rhythm that Mewmon's coming at him with. And yeah, I think we just need to see a lot more. I mean, look, Ned's going to be patient. You got to do some more of that too. Greninja's got great movement to kind of fake you out, bait things out. I think Mewmon just kind of really needs to hone in on that sort of reactive gameplay.
Yes, I would absolutely agree. And honestly, as much as he conditions you to just kind of like wait for dash attack and everything else, I just need Mewmon to just, like you said, just switch up the rhythm a little bit.
Oh, nice interception. Ned has been doing such a good job of calling out these jumps. Love that mix-up on the recovery from Mewmon. Great route to get back to the stage. And yes, you're going to take some hits out here, Ned. Except the reversal, again, locked into Mewmon's timing, especially, right? That Nair calling out the jump the first time, the timing on that second one, right?
Oh! I thought that was going to be another skip right there with the Hydro Pump. Nice! No! He's able to tech that substitution. That was insane. Net techs again!
Teching that back air is so insanely hard. It's got a really awkward timing as a multi-hit move, but Mewmon staying aggressive off stage, even though Ned has been showing all these different cards that are difficult to counter. Mewmon staying aggressive and taking the lead. I love it.
Yeah, he knew that no matter what happened, he could not stop attacking. He had to take advantage of there. Smell blood in the water and was very handsomely rewarded for it. So now, at 117, got to be so careful with Charizard's shield. Baiting out that fly out of shield. That's like a key way that Charizard can kill you. And as I say that, down tilt gets punished out of shield, and now we are back 2 stocks apiece.
Down tilt's not even particularly punishable. I think that Mewmon was looking to be aggressive, maybe jump in. And again, I think that's going to be the big thing to watch out for, right, is that Mewmon, Greninja loves to jump to get things started. He also has a lot of great starters on the ground, but if you're spacing, if your footsies are really good like Ned's are, then you're going to start seeing that Greninja jump in a lot more. Try to condition Ned to kind of, be looking out for that. Maybe the footsies suffer a little bit more. Mewmon doing a great job on this juggle, just showing out exactly how effective these adaptations have been.
All right, not able to find the forward air, but Ned is definitely bleeding here. Mewmon got to be careful, especially in the corner. God help you if a back air or a flare blitz comes out to play here. I like that he's going for those Nairs. Nair on stage is a death sentence. There's no way to tech where flare blitz doesn't cover it, so Mewmon got to be really, really cautious, but hopefully he can get himself back to center and at least get the stock off of Ned.
Definitely close to doing it there.
Nice.
Lifting Ned up with the win box of that Hydro Pump. Mewmon will take the 2-stock-to-1 lead. So again, fortunes definitely changing here, definitely mixing in a few different movements and different attacks that Ned hasn't quite seen yet so far.
Yeah, he's definitely done a great job of adapting, and that's the benefit, of course, of having this best of 5. So now, nearly getting jab blocked, gonna tech it, still getting punished, but able to fall off the stage. That could have been a disaster if Ned was able to get that F smash right there. So Mewmon definitely living the fight on a little bit longer, but he's got to find some semblance of neutral to at least grow this lead, because Ned's just one hit away from tying it back up.
That's definitely not where you want to be, because we've seen Ned clutch up before, and especially, right, if it's back to even, Ned can really slow down the pace of the game, and we saw Mewmon struggle with that last time. So let's see if Ned starts to play that more full screen game that we saw in that last one, or if Mewmon, like he is right now, going to stick to him like glue, not really let him get away.
Yeah, I don't mind the plan. Again, I love watching him be aggressive. He is getting a lot of damage normally, but Ned's defense is very hard to just consistently pick apart, so you got to really pick your shots carefully.
Got to make sure that your execution is on point as well, for sure. And right there, trying to chase behind that Water Shuriken, a little bit too predictable. Ned, again, just if he takes this next stock, then that's his game, right? He's moving on to the next round of the bracket.
Oh!
Going for the hard reads, but nice patience by Mewmon, throwing out the get-up attack afterwards, and one more for the road.
Yeah, Ned going for 2 soul reads back-to-back. Mewmon lucky to be here, I'd say, at this point. He's got to find something. There was a position where Ned was pratfalled on the platform. Maybe could have led to a little bit more, but I think Mewmon is just kind of just on his back foot, just trying not to get trapped by anything.
Nice little check with that back air. Such a quick move for Ivysaur. Not reliable to connect all the hits of all the time, but still Mewmon definitely not out of this, not by a long shout. 73% means that, I mean, with Rage, down tilt up smash could do it if it sets up on the platform. You got to be careful if you're Ned.
Oh, and now the big boy is here, Mr. Charizard. We did see Charizard lose a stock a little earlier than expected in the previous game, but he is thick enough to live that up smash and still going to be putting on a lot of pressure on Muman.
Ned's got to be careful,
Nice.
Mewmon. We saw that exact sequence happen in game 1. Ned forgot about it. Mewmon did not. Wait for that falling down there. Drop below Charizard so that you're ready the moment that hitbox is done. Toss out that back air. Mewmon earning that game number 5.
And it's such a win-win position for him, too, because we've seen him get the kills with the back air, but even if he doesn't have spacing for that, when he goes to the hydro pump at the ledge, he doesn't even have to worry about overextending. It just has a good chance of just gimping Charizard either way. So anytime he's at that drop zone area, it is very tough for Ned to come back. He's going to have to start flare blitzing and mixing it up.
Honestly, one of the things that he could also look into is using the flamethrower on the way down, right? Because that's going to be a constant hitbox. Mewmon's never going to be able to double jump underneath him and throw out that back air as long as the flamethrower is active. So, it does come with its own risks, but it does give you a safe avenue back down to the ledge most of the time. But regardless, same 2 stages between these 2 players. Ned won small battlefield. Mewmon won a PS2, and so, we saw Ned get the W tier last time. Looking to do it once more.
Yeah, and hopefully he can. I gotta say, it's funny that production was like, you guys are getting a sick Greninja, and I was like, oh, word? And we are. Muman is super dope. He's 1 game away from making a really big upset. Ned is someone I would comfortably have in my top 8 predicament. This is, of course, the top 32 qualifiers, so winner of this keeps to stay in winner's bracket for Sunday. But who knows? Right now, Muman looking to make some upsets, looking to shake things up. Got Ned at a lot of percent. Just needs 1 or 2 reads or a position on the platform for up smash, and he can really make something happen.
Against Charizard, again, we talked about it, right? Chunky boy, he can definitely live a bit longer, but that also means that some of these kill confirms are going to be available for higher and higher percents, which with this amount of rage, I think is actually pretty key. But Ned, once again, finding an up smash, not strong enough to take that stock, gliding right back in with that forward air, but still not able to close it out. Got to be careful of an up throw underneath the platform, and Mewmon definitely being cautious. Woo! Wow, it's enough to do it.
Cautious indeed. And that's what I love. We start to get to those high tense, high pressure situations 5 games in. Muman never went for anything like that before, but fully called out that the up smash wasn't going to connect. But all that aside, Ned's getting a great edge guard, which we really needed to see more of. I feel like the edge guards have been more in Muman's favor, so once again, we're back squaresies.
Yeah, 2 stocks apiece in the final game. Just a dead even heat. Ned going to be the one to get it started. Nice little loop right there with the down air. Tacking up 48%. Really nice damage for Squirtle right off the bat. Kind of where he maxes out, just to start off these stocks. And Ned keeping it going. These lingering nairs are putting in a ton of work.
And this is where it's going to get scarier, too, because if he sends them off 1 more time, then you're not being edge guarded by Squirtle. You might get edge guarded by Ivysaur. That is way worse.
Yeah, you give that Squirtle enough time to switch over to the Ivysaur. Yeah, Ned could be in a great position, and he has earned that right now. 108% unanswered. Nice recognition after parrying that multi-hit, saying, nope, I don't want anything to do with the rest of that back air.
Jesus, Ned.
Coming up with that nair. We're going to do it one more time. You're
oh
gone.
My
Goodbye.
God.
Get out of my house.
That was the most Ultra Instinct Squirtle I've ever seen in my life. Literally, a character that loves to scrap at you and take trades, taking no damage. Honestly, about to do it all over again, still yet to be touched, taking no percent in nearly a minute and a half. Mewmon has got to find some answers here.
That was just one of those stocks that was so beautiful, right? There was no, crazy combo mixed in there. It was just the correct decision every single time.
My God. They used to say Ned's kind of like a computer, and I can see it, man. Just no mistakes being made. The only thing tagging him, just a couple of sparse, uncharged water shurikens. Other than that, it is the Ned show. This Squirtle looks unbeatable.
He's doing a great job of reacting to the DI, too, to get these combos. Glancing blow on the neutraler, though, does give Mewmon an opportunity here. Would hope that he doesn't get too aggressive. That could definitely endanger him. The Ivysaur back on stage, which has had a bit of a tough time dealing with the Greninja in the past, especially on this stage. We didn't see it put in too much work last time. Mewmon, though, still shy of getting any of those setups to take the stock, and now danger afoot on the last stock.
Yeah, Mewmon really needed the up smash to connect, but now Ned just really looking for anything here. Just got Mewmon trapped at the ledge. There's so many different things he can do right here. The Shadow Sneak was a very interesting way to come back, though. Can we get the up smash? Yes! And now we're last stop.
Last stock, Greninja with Rage. Definitely going to make it a lot harder to build up the percentage early on. But once you get up to that 70-80%, Ned's going to be in some serious danger. So for him, I mean, the question is, do you play it more patient? Do you want to hang back the way that he has been all this time? Or do you want to try to end it before any of that chip racks up?
And right now it looks like his game plan is just take no risk, take no trades, try to find some water shurikens and get some free damage. But unfortunately, nothing coming through. But the down air from Ivysaur is more than enough to close that out for Ned.
Plenty, and a smattering of applause out there in the crowd. Really good stuff right there by Ned, closing it out 3-2. One of the top seeds of the tournament, so you would expect him to be able to adapt in those clutch moments. But Mewmon, really great showing out there, bringing Ned, one of the top seeds, down to last stock, last game, and I mean, looked in control in a couple parts of that set as well.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, he really just he tapped into something different. And you see it with top players a lot, where like they're on like the cusp of getting upset, and they're like, "Wait a minute, I'm me," and then they just go and like. They're like, I'm on the PGR, or I was on the PGR for a reason. Like, I was Lumi ranked for a reason. Like,
I'm better though, right?
I'm better.
Like, I'm better.
I got this.
Why am I losing? Yeah,
right.
when I could just simply win.
I don't have to lose. Actually, I choose not to.
There is something to be said about just like people who compete all the time, especially in tournament, just have this ability to like go, I'm gonna lock in, and then they mean it and they actually lock in.
Yeah.
You know.